We're up here in our favorite research area in 2013. It's October 5th, 2013. We're up in Rough Hollow, and I know we tell your viewers that we try to only stay about 5-6 weeks in a research area before we bug out, so that we don't disturb the squatches, but we really feel like we've built up a good relationship. They're coming in close. They know that we mean them no harm. They were pegging us with acorns and stuff last week, so I think we're getting a good rapport with the residents here. And the higher elevation places, this is about 7,000 feet where we are right now. The higher elevations have quite a bit of snow already. Our other research areas are about 10,000 feet altitude in the UNS. Well, anyway, down in Sasquatch Canyon, before we come up to Rough Hollow, we ran into one of the free rangers that has a cabin and lives year-round. I'm not going to use his last name. Sorry if you watch this, but his first name's Willie, and he's a good old boy, hard-working rancher that owns a lot of property down at the mouth of Sasquatch Canyon. But anyway, we told him we find any of his cattle up here in Rough Hollow, we'll drive him out for him. He's rounding up about 40 head of cattle that he has free range rights to in Sasquatch Canyon. But anyway, Willie told us that a lot of the locals and stuff around here say that this canyon's haunted. And I don't know if you guys have put the two and two together, but if you do your research on places where there's a lot of sightings and stuff, like in Utah's Blacksmith Fort Canyon, they talk about that being haunted. But that's a hot spot. The Finding Bigfoot group were out there at Hardware Ranch last year following up on a Bigfoot sighting and video, and it's kind of ironic that the canyons that are supposed to be haunted are the canyons with Bigfoot activity. So I just love the fact that Willie told me that this canyon's haunted. We all know what's going on here. I'm not saying that I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not saying that I believe in Bigfoot, but I really think that the substantial animal of the forest, the elusive animal of the forest, is a lot more conceivable to me than a ghost running around a canyon freaking everybody out. My experience with Bigfoot is they want to spook you, they want to scare you out, and I've been accustomed to their tactics at scaring you out of an area, their wood knocks, their whoops, sometimes their eerie, haunting screams. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people think canyons are haunted. They sound like a banshee. Last year, one time up in Green Canyon, and it's Beaver Creek, Idaho, we got those haunting banshee-like screams. And then just a little over a month ago, out in Yellowstone Canyon, at the end of one of our research days and stuff, we had one scream at us from, I don't know, it's probably about a quarter of a mile away, but it seemed so close, and it was screaming directly at us, and it's those banshee-like haunting screams. So, you know, when Wally's telling me that this canyon's haunted and that's what everybody talks about, those are people that don't realize that there's Bigfoot inhabiting their cabin. I mean, excuse me, their canyon. And like I said, Wally, he lives at the mouth of Sasquatch Canyon, and then this Rough Hollow is a side canyon off of that. And there's a lot of activity back here. It's why it's one of our favorite research spots. We're kind of disappointed the elk hunt that's going on right now. The elk hunt opened up yesterday, October 4th, and it's the rifle hunt, and I'm not in my orange, so I really need to have brought my orange vest, and I spaced it off, so hopefully we don't get shot. There is a couple of elk hunters back up in here. We saw their vehicles at the mouth of the canyon, so we expect to run into some hunters. I hope we don't ruin their hunt. Hopefully if there's some elk up in here, we drive them to them. And you know what, during the hunting season, there is so many sightings, and I think it's because the hunters are pushing them around. They're pushing the Squatches around, and they'll push them into people that they're not prepared for. So you know, a lot of people think, you know, the hunt's on, maybe we should quit our research, but hopefully we'll get lucky and some hunters will push some Squatches on us, and hopefully we don't get hooked up with some irresponsible hunters that put a bullet in us. But you know what, you got to take some risks if you're going to find Squatch, and that's one of the risks that we're willing to take. So anyway, we're up Rough Hollow right off of Sasquatch Canyon. It's October 5th, 2013. This is my prologue, and wish us luck. We need a Class A sighting. We've put in our time and paid our dues. We need a Class A. We'll get back with you with whatever we find up in this Rough Hollow.